To our Monday Night Football predictions, which Jamie and Gary delivered at the start of this season. And, well, Jamie thought that Liverpool would win the league. Gary went for Arsenal with a top four of Manchester City, Liverpool and Manchester United. Is it about to come true for Gary Neville's predictions? Well, no wonder he's smiling. Are you feeling confident, Gary? Do you think you've come out on top this time?
Sorry, Dave, you need to reposition that question because I think we established at the start of the season that I've got a better record than Jamie over the last 4 years. So it's not just this time, it's most times. No, I think, look, I've named Arsenal the last 4 years, so you could argue that eventually it was always going to come good. I felt that they were knocking on the door and that they were good enough in a couple of the previous seasons to get over the line, but City and Liverpool obviously got there before them. But this year, I think it's going to happen. And then, yeah, I mean, I just stick Manchester United in there because I've just got to back my club, not because I genuinely thought that they, at that time, were certainties for Champions League. And, yeah, obviously Carragher did go for Liverpool because at the start of the season we were all thinking with the £450 million that Liverpool spent that Liverpool were going to be right up there.
Yeah, especially with the start they made as well. Came flying out the traps, didn't they? Although Jamie wasn't as convinced as a lot of others, I should say that. Right, let's get to delivering out some more prizes then, Gary. So we'll go to the player of the year.
He was convinced because he named them champions, Dave.
Yes, that came before that. Right, who's your player of the year, Gary?
No, it didn't, Dave. He made the predictions on the Monday night. He'd watched them against Bournemouth on the Friday night.
All right. He's not biting.
Sorry.
But who's your player of the year?
Oh, player of the year. It's Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I could say Declan Rice, I could say Gabriel, I could say Bernardo Silva, but I think that just Bruno getting level with Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry puts him in company that I think is, well, it's the very best, isn't it, in terms of what the Premier League has to offer in creativity. So I just edged it. I think that I could look a fool in a couple of weeks because Declan Rice could end up and Gabriel with a Premier League and Champions League double. But at the point where I was asked a week or so ago, I just thought that Bruno deserved it for playing and persisting in a struggling team for half the season and then just excelling the way in which he has.
Patrick, do you support Gary's vote?
Not at all. Sorry, Gary. But no, I will go with, of course, one of the Arsenal players. And Raya, for me, David Raya has to be the player of the season. I think he was standing from the first game until the end of the season. I think he was really impressive. He makes some really important saves. He won points for Arsenal. So for me, I don't see any other players who were quite outstanding, I would say. And we're always going for those forward or creativity players. Why not a defender and why not a goalkeeper? And I think David, for me, will have my vote.
Jamie, Bruno Fernandes is the Football Writers' Player of the Year. He has been the outstanding creator in the league this season. Does he get your vote?
No, I don't quite understand it, and I'm a huge fan of Bruno, but I think when I'm deciding on Player of the Year, I think if you're picking a player whose games this season have not had any real jeopardy, for me, I'd go with Declan Rice. I think, you think of the Champions League semi-finals. For me, I thought he was outstanding against Atletico Madrid. He's been a driving force for Arsenal. And the reason why he dropped off a little bit around the Man City games and the Cup finals, because probably a little bit of fatigue. Because they were constantly playing midweek games because they're in all the competitions. I think with Manchester United, they went out, I think, in the first round of both cup competitions. They didn't have Europe, which is nothing to do with Bruno, but I can't think of many big games this season that Bruno's been involved in when you're going into the game thinking, oh, this is on the line, he's got to produce here. And he's had a fantastic season, but no, I would go with Declan Rice because of that.
Gary, right of reply.
I mean, to say that Manchester United's games don't have jeopardy when before Christmas the walls were closing and it was like the world was ending at the club with what was going on and they were in a desperate situation, and obviously they turned it round against Arsenal and City, beaten Liverpool twice, beaten Chelsea. So I think there is jeopardy at Manchester United because if you don't play well for that club, you get criticised heavily.
Well, I mean, were you one of the players who criticised David Ginola getting Player of the Year in '99?
No, I actually didn't criticise No, I didn't criticise David Ginola getting Player of the Year. I criticised, I think the PFA used to name their Player of the Year in March, used to vote in March, and at that point you could have argued that it could have been David Ginola, but obviously as the season wore on, we ended up having an exceptional season, so I think they've moved the PFA vote back now till the end of the season, so that doesn't happen.
Gary, can I ask you about this assist record? Because everyone seems obsessed with assist record, so what is it about? Is assists more important than goals now? Or what is it? I don't understand why everyone's so obsessed with assists. It's not about Bruno. It's like assists have become more important than goals. Erling Haaland has got more goal contributions than Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, it's become something in the last 5 or 10 years. Obviously, the new stats, XGs, all the things that we see regularly now, week in, week out, that have become more important for us all to listen to. You know, assists have become a thing. I remember I never saw an assist leaderboard at all whilst I was playing, and I've seen it, obviously. You know, we've probably introduced it, Carol.
Along with the XGs that you talk about, Gary. Let's see if there was collective agreement, though, when we asked you both to name your team of the season. And actually, yes, 9 players the same, and not surprisingly, with a real Arsenal and Manchester City core, and both have gone for Bruno Fernandes, despite Jamie's protestations. So, Gary, we'll finish the jigsaw puzzle with your team first of all, and we'll add in Jurrien Timber, Igor Thiago as well.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Talk us through that, Gary.
I mean, to be honest with you, I just think what Brentford have done, I think if they had like 4 players that have scored 20 plus goals in the last 5 seasons, which is just, that is not right. That is incredible. And when we see them losing these strikers sort of year in year, you know, and Burmo last summer who scored 20 odd goals for them, and then to do it again of Thiago, and Brentford's season obviously has been exceptional. I was toying between Elliot Anderson in midfield and then putting Bernardo Silva somewhere else, and I was sort of just moving it around. He was my last pick, actually. I was unequivocal on right back. Timber, he has been injured the last couple of months or so, but he's the best right back in this league by a mile, and my eyes don't deceive me, I don't think. So unless someone can come up with someone that I've not thought of, which could happen, it has happened before.
I mean, what's really interesting, he's put Bruno Fernandes in the position Ruben Amorim put him in. And now he's saying he's player of the year.
Oh, my goodness.
Honestly.
Here we go.
And you've got Bernardo Silva
Jamie,
left wing.
let's have a look at your team.
Honestly.
Let's have a look at your team, Jamie, and we'll see if Gary can pick any holes in
Unbelievable.
this one. So you've gone with Núñez as your right back, and you've also gone with Jeremy Doku.
You know why I went with Núñez and O'Reilly? But because at the start of the season, when I saw who Man City had a fullback, I didn't think for 1 minute they could win trophies or challenge for the league title. When I saw who they had a fullback, I was thinking that with me Liverpool head on, thinking Núñez is a midfield player, and you know what? He plays every game. He's consistent, he does brilliant defensively, really good on the ball. Timber maybe had a few injuries, that's why I never maybe put him in there. But and Doku for me, I think, has been fantastic.
Right back expert.
Do you know something? I've got Núñez as my most improved player this season. I agree. I think he's been fantastic. But I think Timber, to me, has it all as a fullback.
Gary, thank you very much. We'll let you go.
Did you ever win most improved?
Oh, regularly. Yeah. The Participation Award, brought to you by Gary Neville.
I would have loved to have won most improved every year. It means you're getting better year on year.